to work things out because we have to figure out what's best for our kids.
When I look at him, I see a person that had adultery with my wife.
You guys are already in an inspired situation.
How about when you had an affair with my wife shortly after we got married? She got pregnant and had an abortion because of you.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 9, Episode 7. And I just want to go ahead and get this out the way. Ashley, let it go. Please. I saw the sneak peek for next episode. Let it go.
Put the past in the rear view. Come on. Today I'm really gonna shine. This feeling is brand new. I'm taking all my lows and put them in my
Girl sounds a
mess.
Yeah. There's a lot of topics I want to talk about. I definitely want to talk about the ending with Gordon and Ink and Mia. I felt like there's a lot of things that triggered me just because, like I told y'all know my parents been married 3 times each. So there's 6 marriages I have witnessed. So at some point, it just seems like it seems like something that's just reoccurring. But y'all, let's talk about it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
You know, the bulk of it, we see a lot of the girls, bouncing back and forth, I want to talk about Wendy and her mama. So, Wendy's basically celebrating her kids graduating from, I think, kindergarten and maybe elementary school. And, they're celebrating, this is after Lake Norman. Everybody's back home living their day-to-day lives. So Wendy's out celebrating her kids for graduating, primary kindergarten school. So Wendy's mom, she's just doing her thing. And shout out to Wendy's mother because she looked like her skin tone is matching. I don't know what happened last year. Like I told y'all know I didn't want to talk about it. But she did look two-tone last year. It was giving very much Tika Bella off of Baddies. But with that being said, her mom said, "Where's my allowance? Where's my allowance?" I'm just like, now being that I work in corporate America and I, have, the money that I'm receiving now is very generous. I can do more things for my family. But there comes a point where it's just like, the reason why I don't want to do so much is because I don't want people to feel like I have to do something, because I'm not taking care of anybody. I have no kids. I don't have no pets, bitch. I take care of myself. And occasional, like when I'm doing like these little months of dating, I probably take care, buy stuff here and there if I'm dating someone. But I like helping my family out. But when people feel like you have to do something or you're required, I don't like that. But so when Wendy's mom was like, "Where's my allowance? My allowance is not here. What's going on?" I'm just like, girl, what the fuck? Wendy, she was just like, girl, that's all she wants, the money. We also piggyback from, seasons past where Wendy and, Eddie's don't really have a connection with, Eddie's family. And they're supposed to be coming to, Wendy's birthday party. She's celebrating her 40th. She's having a big all-white theme party. And they're going to be coming to, the party. I think it's the siblings. So this will be the first time that the siblings are all together. And like y'all know, I think last year, me and my siblings, we all went on a vacation together. All of us are, grown now. So it's just like we all have lives. We all live in different states. So it's just one of those things where it's like when you can get your siblings together and just like reminisce on the old times and build new relationships and memories, I think that's really good as well. We segue over to Ashley's house and we see her mother and her kids. So there was a theme in this that I kind of didn't like. So Ashley was basically giving her accolades to her mom, basically saying that, I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Me being a single mother now, I understand how hard it was for you. So that's why I want, you to find love. I'm trying to find love again. So I want you to really, change your situation and not be with this man. Blase bluesy blue. They talk about the whole mediation with Michael and when she'll be officially divorced. Girl, we still don't know. So, her mom is still with the man that almost had her living under the bridge selling pussy and fish plates. And Ashley said something like, if something happens to my mama, I'm gonna have to take care of myself, my kids, and my mother. And I just feel like with Ashley, it's just like, why are we living above our means? If you can't afford this house, or you can afford whatever lifestyle you want to live, why are we living above our means? Because if you don't have this housewife check, then what?
feeling is brand new. I'm taking all my lows and put them look a mess.
And then her mom, I tell her mom, like, you know, is he helping you financially? Is he finally doing that? The mom like, yeah, it was not enough. And she was like, Mom, you deserve better. And I'm just like, why does it always come from a financial aspect, whereas like a man has to support you financially? I just don't get that. And I just think it's crazy where my parents raised me to be, me and my siblings. I have 2 sisters and a brother. And they raised us to be financially independent outside of a relationship. That if anything happens, I'm going to be good by myself. But it's good to have, you know, someone, you know, be in a relationship. Obviously, my parents was pro-relationship, being in all the relationships they've been in. No shade. But I'm just like, it just seemed like Ashley, she want her mama to be dependent on this man, financially wise, you know. And then it just seems like a revolving door. Yeah, I don't like it. About money. Because they can't do it on their own. Stacy and TJ.
Oh,
You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't...
leave with you.
It gives best friend. It gives friend. It gives what it gives. Like, at this point, it just feels like they play it in our face. Like, I feel like they probably behind doors smashing it up. But to which is on, they probably not, you know, he said that the girls over here laughing at him, so they laughing at Jesus. I said, not Jesus, not God. What? So I'm just looking at this situation where just like they're here painting each other and just doing like, you know, little date stuff. And my whole thing is, I don't think that they don't have to have sex. I don't think that's the big picture. I think the problem comes in when you have one party in this relationship or friendship or whatever the fuck they want to call it is wanting it, and the other one is firmly saying, I don't want to do that. So I feel like at some point with Stacy, it's like, you know that he don't want to do that. Either you're going to go somewhere else and get your back blown out and get your teeth popped, or you're going to sit there and shut the fuck up and stop talking about it, because he's not going to go down and eat your pussy. He's not going to over here blow your back out until y'all get married. So what are we talking about?
For over a year now, that has been a challenge.
Right. Okay, right. Jazzy's over here throwing a gala, a party for her man. That's my man. Right? So shout out to her. You know, her man won the Super Bowl, Darius. Cool. A lot of stuff happening going on with Jazzy in, you know, the media and the blogs, where the baby mamas come out and they're basically saying like, girl, whatever you have going on, cool. Stop bringing me up.
You guys, a live confessional from my home. But no, you guys, I'm about to go to the gym, but it's so funny because when the blogs start talking and they don't even have the information correct, that be the crazy part. And you know, when you sign up for a reality TV show, you are subject to editing however it's going to be edited, because
and she got a point. Jazzy, you kept referencing these women or the woman as, oh, you know, I'm his first whatever, I'm the most important, I'm this. You're trying to put yourself here and put her here, and it's like, she's irrelevant. He's not with her, he's with you. But your story and your timeline gives very much side chick. So she said she wanted to come online and just like show us what really is the tea, cool. But I mean, it's really giving side chick, or it's giving he was messing with her too while messing with you. So we have the whole gala. It's really beautiful. It's really pretty. You see all the girls come in, and you know, Mia comes in. So we see Kiana comes in with her man, you know, shorter. Mia comes in with her man, Ink, baby. When Karen said the whole step stool, I see it. He is short as fuck, and Mia is so tall. I'm just like, oh wow, interesting. So everybody's just like, oh, okay. You know, everybody's mingling, having a good time. That's too crazy. Karen comes in with Vivian. So we see the dynamics with all the ladies there. So I just find, you know, and after all of them come in, TJ and Stacy comes in.
I do. The next look good.
And Stacy giving me very much, you know, just, hello everybody. Just very, I don't know how to explain why. I just feel like she is so rigid at times, and it gives very much borderline of a white woman. Well, you see how all the other girls dress. And first of all, I saw her watch What Happens Live, so I'm like, okay, she's getting into the housewife package. We're getting Housewife 101. We're getting her transformation right in front of our eyes. So cool with that. But TJ is very much, you know, they keep bringing up the whole sex thing. Wendy's like to Eddie, like, this is her man. Woo, 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 woo. Cool.
This is my husband, TJ. This is TJ.
Nice to meet you. You as well, man.
This is Stacy's man.
So, like I told you before, Kiana does come in with her man. And all the girls are over here just talking, nothing too crazy. And Kiana says, you know, Mia, you know, we had words back and forth. You know, I read you, you read me. We can keep going. I have them really stored right here if you need that.
My man was a drug dealer. Okay. Which is very disrespectful to him because he's not. That's number one. He did deny it.
I have it for you, but whatever. So Kiana's just like, you know, you said something about my man saying he was a drug dealer, and he was very much not that. So Mia's like, oh, well, I said it. You didn't say no. And Kiana was like, well, that man right there, he's not a drug dealer, so you can't say that. And even Giselle's just like, yeah, putting stuff like that out into the world, you cannot say that. So you have to be very cautious.
Talking about my ex-man or my new man. And I said, one of them. You said your boyfriend is a drug dealer. That's what you said. Okay. Talking about your drug dealer boy.
So they basically did their beef. They said, you know, girl, I appreciate you. I love you. We're good. You know how the girls be doing the fake shit. So Karen and Mia start talking. So we already heard from the beginning of the episode with Ashley, Giselle, and Karen over here at Ashley's house having a little picnic. And Karen basically saying about her court situation that she can't talk about it. Cool. She can't talk about it, so now I'm not talking about it. But she did say Mia had an opioid addiction.
And Mia is a liar. First of all, Mia herself had a problem with opioids. It's on her YouTube channel.
I said that. An opioid overdose at a very young age.
She was over here addicted on opioids. So Mia basically get wind of that from Giselle. She just like, okay, Karen, you talking about I have an opioid addiction? First of all, if you really want to talk, we could really talk about you.
You have no position to be coming after anybody, baby, okay?
We have a lot that we can talk about you. So before you want to talk about me, you know, tread lightly. Giselle, well, let's go over here and sit down. They go over there and sit down, and you know, Mia's just trying to figure out, okay, so why am I being the topic of discussion when you have stuff you have going on too? They have this little weird back and forth, and my whole thing is like, Mia, I mean, you did have a opioid addiction. Or, well, she said it was an overdose. She was in the hospital. Then I think it was from a C-section, and then all these different things.
And of course, you're on medication afterwards. And I found myself addicted. I went the holistic route, which is why chiropractic came into play.
Cool, girl, that's your story. That's your truth. Karen even said it. If you come for me, I'm gonna come for you, and I'm gonna hit you where it hurt. It was on your YouTube channel. You came for me, so I'm gonna hit you back.
So it's not too far-fetched for me to think that you were in rehab. You were being messy. I know, I was returning serve. Can we just get past it?
I mean, it was what it was at this point. We already know how to do. You serve, I serve back. So Jazzy basically gets in front of all the girls. She does her, you know, clink, clink, clink. She said, I appreciate you guys coming to my event, celebrating my man. He is, you know, so great. And thank you guys for coming. Cheers to, you know, the cheese. Woo, 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 woo. But, you know, he comes to the table. He introduces himself to all the ladies. And all the girls was like, girl, I get it. I get it. They looked at him like, I'm like, yes, Jazzy. And I can see Jazzy could have been a housewife. She's had screen time. She's had little moments. Like, she's a really cute girl. She's a cute addition. I just felt like one of the girls just edged her out, which was Kiana. Or Stacy. I thought it was Kiana. So, yeah, interesting. We then segue over to Karen going out with either her nephew or her cousin. And he basically talks about being on the phone when she had her accident.
I was on the phone with you. It scared me to freaking death.
I am so sorry you heard the crash. This crazy.
Now, I have a situation where something like this happened to me as well, where I was back home before I moved to you know, the DMV. My grandmother called me in a hysteric, and my aunt basically fell and hit her head on a glass table. So basically blood was gushing. So my grandma called me. She was over here screaming, hollering, couldn't understand what was going on. It was very traumatic. It was on, I think, the heels of me about to move. So I rushed to the house. I get there and it looked like a freaking scene out of a movie. Like, literally, it was I've never dealt with anything like that, but I'm a type of person where I'm cool, calm, and collected under pressure. I don't freak out. I get the job done, and then after that I deal with those emotions. So I just rushed in, got my aunt out the floor. There was so much blood. I had to make sure the blood was coagulating. I sat her up, because we had to, like, she was literally on all fours, so I had to sit her up, just like, okay. I was like, hey, are you responsive? She was responsive. She said she was okay. She just can't get up because she's older. She's like in her 70s, so it was hard for her to get up. So I didn't want to lay her down because I just felt like, So I set her up against the wall. I told her how many fingers I have hold up. She saw that. I basically said, how's your breathing? She said her breathing was good. I checked her pulse. Her pulse was good. I just told her to take this towel, place it on her forehead. Boom, 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 boom. Everything was good. My grandma, all the while, is still in the background, screaming and hollering outside. All the neighbors were looking like, what is going on? Mind you, I like I told her, like, girl, I got it situated. I didn't know what happened. But call 911. She couldn't even explain to 911 what's going on. So I had to get with 911 while I'm on the floor with her, do all of this. Mind you, my grandma is dramatic, but I understood why she was dramatic because it was a lot of blood. So 911 came, they got it figured out. Boom, 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 boom. I had to clear up the blood because they had to go to the hospital, and it was just dramatic and crazy. It was just. I called my sister. I over here cried for about 2 minutes. I got it out, and I went about my day. But that was a turning point for me where I was just like, this is too much and I need a change, because that was literally traumatic for me. I did what I had to do because I just knew that I'm very calm under these situations, but that was just traumatic. So hearing his POV about, he started crying because he's just like, you have this person that you're on the phone with and you hear like them over here in an accident, like that is very much, scary, and you feel helpless. Like, what can I do? I'm literally in another place. I don't know where you at, right? But yeah, Kara just like, she consoles him. She's just like, you know what, we're gonna get through this, and I love you for supporting me. Cool. At the end of the episode, we see Ink and we see Mia, and they're over here with the kids. Ink thinks that Jeremiah is his son, which like I said, I think it's weird, because at some point, if you think that's your son, go ahead and get a paternity test. Why are we waiting? Because you're trying to build this, make this a storyline. Cool, that's fine. But you're over here playing in people's motherfucking faces. And with Mia, I don't have any sympathy, but two things can be right at the same time. We're gonna talk about it. Gordon comes in very cavalier, very casual, and he tells the kids, go to the room, get the iPad, cool. So they're trying to act like everything is normal, and Gordon's like, you know what, cut the shit. We're not about to sit up here. If it's over here about the kids, we can over here have scenes. But it's about y'all, I don't give a fuck. So at the end of the day, yeah, that's what we're doing. So Ink just like, okay, I'm just confused because, and Gordon's like, first of all, you think that Jeremiah's your son, right? And he was like, yeah, I already told you that. He's like, okay.
With it. I'm not. I don't need your promotion. I didn't ask you to. I'm not about enriching you all situation.
Yeah, so that's wrong. You're dumb. He's like, because I'm over here, when I see y'all, is the man that had adultery with my wife, and the man that over here made my wife have 2 miscarriages. Ink was like, oh, I never heard that.
I see a person that had adultery with my wife. I also see a person who's trying to separate my family.
Here is why I'm gonna get on Gordon too. Gordon, you want to sit up here and get mad at Mia for over here having adultery on you, but didn't you meet Mia the way that she just met Ink? She had adultery on you, but didn't you have adultery on your other wife when you met Mia? But let's talk about it. I just feel like with Gordon is just that he is so upset because basically the shoe, you served it and she returned it back to you. Karma, the way you get her is the way you're going to lose her. And I've seen that firsthand. But it's not funny. But with Mia, you sit up here and say, I want to protect my kids. I'm doing all this because of my kids. Girl, you bring your kids and make your kids the topic of discussion every fucking episode, instead of saying, you know what? If you think that this is your child and there was some type of overlap, let's do a paternity test. Let's get it over with and let's figure this out. Because this shouldn't be a topic of discussion about my motherfucking kids that I'm trying to quote unquote protect. Like, girl, you look crazy as hell. And then you want to sit up here and just like, he's asked you a question. Did you have adultery once or twice? But you want to answer the question.
When you had an affair with my wife shortly after we got married, she got pregnant and had an abortion because of you.
Girl, what you saving his feelings for? Go ahead and answer the question. And you get mad when you don't answer the question and he storms off, but you didn't answer his question, ma'am. So I just feel like with Mia, like, you full of shit half the time because you want to sit up here and flaunt this man in your face instead of doing what Jacqueline told you to do and separate it. You want to flaunt this man in Gordon's face. And you already know how Gordon is. He's an older man. He not one of them. He will cuss your ass out clean and not give a fuck about it. Which is what happened. like I said, at the end of the day, I just feel like Mia is playing in people's faces. Gordon, she got her lip back on you. It was what it was. Karma, I guess, is a bitch. But y'all let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Get a sign. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black View. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a y'all and bring your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This American all I really ask you for. Now I got to go. Got. Bye bye.